Hello once again, Niner faithful, and welcome, sort of, to any Cowboys fans that might be joining us. It's all in good fun, sort of. As someone who grew up in the 90s, the rivalry between the 49ers and Cowboys was for real. Each team was guaranteed to play each other twice. Once in the regular season and once in the NFC Championship game. The Cowboys have an explosive passing attack based around Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, and they want to push the ball down the field. Mike McCarthy is a coach who wants to throw the football. He always has been. He was that way when he was in San Francisco as offensive coordinator. He was that way in Green Bay. And the run game is there to take a little bit of pressure off the passing game, but he designs his offense around the quick game, setting up the chunk plays. It's just a different way to do what Kyle Shanahan does, in that Kyle will look to use the run game and play action to set up the big explosive plays. On defense, Dan Quinn has definitely tried to put together this defense in the mold of his Legion of Boom defense in Seattle. Micah Parsons fits that Bruce Irvin role or type very well, and Trayvon Diggs is very much in the mold of a Richard Sherman. He's tall, lanky, and physical. However, the defense does have some weaknesses. While they're strong on the outside, they are susceptible to passes over the middle, especially out of base personnel. They also aren't real strong on the edges versus the run in smaller personnel packages, where San Francisco has been making a living with Deebo Samuel running the ball. I think this sets up to be a great matchup this week, and one that I do believe San Francisco has the edge. I know Cowboys fans don't want to hear that, but let's jump to the film and I'll give some examples of things I saw multiple times on film. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. To start out, I believe the Cowboys will have to try to run the ball to slow down San Francisco's potent pass rush that has really come on down the stretch. But I don't see Dallas being able to run the ball against our front. One problem Dallas has is they don't have a tight end who can block really well. Here, they're going to run an inside dive. And you have Chandler Jones on the tight end, who just gets beat badly on the play. On top of that, they weren't able to get off their double team blocks into the second level against Arizona. If they couldn't do it against Arizona, who don't have the players San Francisco has inside, they can't do it to us. Here's our guys versus a split zone against LA, and look at how DJ Jones and Eric Armstead eat up the double teams to allow Fred Warner and Greenlaw to fill the gaps. Here again, inside zone, and see how they're not able to get any push against the 3 technique, which plugs up the play. DJ Jones has been playing at a really high level this year and in these types of situations. Again, short yardage situation, they're going to get a combo block here, and the right guard will just get beat across his face. They get zero push and the run is stuffed. It wasn't just in the Arizona game I saw this. I saw it again and again throughout the year. Here against the Saints, they try and run a counter. They just don't get any push off the edge, and New Orleans stuffs the play. They're not going to get any kind of push against Nick Bosa either. I just don't see them being able to move our interior defensive line to get anything of consequence in the run game. We can force them to be one-dimensional. If we make them one-dimensional, it'll come down to limiting the chunk plays down the field. Dallas wants to get the ball down the field in the passing game. Here's a great example. Arizona shows a heavy pressure look, so Dak changes the protection to max protect. He's not looking to beat the pressure with a quick pass. They want something deeper. They're going to run a verticals concept to the top, with 2 go or streak routes. They then just run a deep curl to the single receiver side. Arizona ends up backing out of the pressure and dropping 7 into zone. Because they went max protect and ran all deep routes, there's nowhere for Dak to go with the ball and get sacked on the play. Here, they're going to run a deep double post concept. Dak sees the inside safety take the first post, and he's going to look to the second. Now, I can't be 100% sure what New Orleans was supposed to run here because they have a bust on this play, but Dallas is able to get a huge chunk gain. The key to holding their passing game in check will be holding up on the outside. Here, the Cardinals are going to show a pressure look, back out, and Dak sees press coverage on the outside with Gallup and just throws the fade for a touchdown. We have struggled with this throughout the year, but last game we were able to come up with 2 picks off of Matt Stafford trying to test our corners deep. If we hold up, it's going to cause serious problems for Dallas's offense. On offense, the key for us will be to dictate the terms of the engagement, and that means run the ball. Dallas's defense is fast and aggressive, just like how Dan Quinn likes it, but we can use that against them. Arizona comes with an off-tackle run, something we do a lot, and Dallas just gets too aggressive with it, overplays it, and leaves a big cutback lane for a chunk gain on the ground. This is what our rushing attack is all about. Force the defense on the move, and if they overplay it, you cut it back. If they don't hit it aggressively, they are tasked with maintaining gaps against a ton of speed out of the backfield. Then you also hit them with misdirection. Here, the Cardinals are going to come with a wide receiver jet reverse. Look how aggressively the Cowboys line, with the biggest factor being Micah Parsons, attack the wide zone fake and causes Van Der Esch to freeze, and it opens up a big hole for a big gain. We utilize similar misdirection runs like this more than any other team in the league. You could see the ball given to any number of guys on reverses or bubble screens off of our run fakes like Debo, Ayuk, or even Kittle. One area I don't see us attacking much because it's a strength of Dallas are the deep outside areas. They have good corners who play within the scheme well and make it real tough to get big plays on them. They play less zone than Quinn did in both Seattle and Atlanta, but will tend to play zone when they try and switch it up and then disguise. Here they're showing cover 3 zone pre-snap, and post-snap will rotate into Tampa 2 zone. The Cardinals are running one of our favorite plays and concepts to run. We run this every game, and it was the same passing concept we ran to score the touchdown to Jennings at the end of the game versus the Rams, the dagger plus sucker concept, which is an inside streak or post as Kyle usually likes to run it, and the Cardinals do here as well, and a dig which will put the mic in a vertical stretch, and then a short curl to put the hook defender in a vertical stretch. Because Dallas shifted to Tampa 2 coverage, Van Der Esch is responsible for matching the deepest receiver down the middle of the field. The short curl then occupies the hook defender, and it opens up the middle of the field. Here the Cowboys are in cover 3 zone, and Quinn does like to run cover 3 with matching principles. The Saints are just going to run a seam route here, and the curl defender is tasked with matching this route. They keep Parsons shallow in coverage, and this is going to open a window for the seam route, which New Orleans hits for a big gain. This is where Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers offense lives, and Kyle Shanahan will look to force Quinn into zone coverages to attack the middle of the field where Dallas is weakest. Like I said, Dallas likes to play man coverage, and so look for us to take advantage of Kittle, Juszczyk, and Jennings in matchups where Dallas isn't as tough to throw against, and use formations and picking action to open up passes. Here the Cowboys show cover 2 man pre-snap, but will rotate into a cover 1 robber post-snap. Arizona has an interference play called as they're going to run the outside receiver on a vertical route stemming inside to run interference with the defender responsible for the tight end, who is running a quick out. You see how the interference forces the defender to go over the top, and it makes an easy pitch and catch for a solid gain. Here, the Cowboys are showing a 5-man front, man coverage with a single safety. So Murray is just going to pick his matchup, which is a tight end on the quick out again. It's tough duty for the defender in this situation because with no short inside help, he's tasked with covering the tight end who can break in or out, and he has no help. Kittle has shown to be a great target on throws like this in the past, like this throw against Stephon Gilmore in 2020. Here, against the Saints, they're showing the same coverage, 5-man front, single safety, and man coverage. The Saints are going to run a scissors concept, which will create pick or rub action to free up the tight end. Dallas didn't do a good job of staggering their depth in coverage. You usually see these players stagger their depths with guys at different levels so that these kinds of plays can't happen. But at the snap, you'll see how the scissors action creates a pick. This isn't offensive pass interference, the receiver is running a route. But with the man defender picked, it leaves the tight end open for a big gain. Here, the Saints are going to use the run fake to hit a big play against man coverage. They first motion a receiver across, and with a defender tracking him, it reveals man coverage. Same as we saw before, cover one man. They're going to run play action and then run double deep crossers. The idea is they're going to keep 2 guys in a block and bring a receiver across the formation. They're trying to create a bunch of interference with man cover guys over the middle. Then run the first deep crosser to grab the safety, which will open up the underneath crosser. At the snap, you'll see the man defender get picked off by one of his own teammates who's sitting. Then the first deep crosser has grabbed the middle safety, and you have a guy wide open who scores a touchdown on the play. Overall, I really like how we match up in this game. The key will be limiting the mistakes on offense and being secure with the ball. Overall, I really like how we match up in this game. The key will be limiting the mistakes on offense and being secure with the ball, and what we do best should be able to attack what Dallas doesn't do as well. On defense, we should be able to stop the run, make them one-dimensional, and then let the pass rush loose. The key will be slowing down the potent receiving core of Dallas, and make no mistake, these receivers are no joke, and Dak Prescott can really fling the ball. But if we can stick to our game plan, this is a team we can beat and advance in the playoffs. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to click the notifications button to be alerted to when a video goes live. Also, if you'd like to support the channel in any way, I'll have links for that below. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners. And screw the Cowboys.